through the panel again, even though we were all wrong last time. The Liquid draft just seems like it has so many options. Very well-rounded, a lot of sustainability with the Warlock as well as the Juggernaut. They've got great lanes, great mid-game team fight, and pretty good late game. Great high ground.
If I had to pick apart some problems of it, though, it does feel like it's kind of only GH that can really start fights. It almost kind of feels like that same Tricore idea that TNC fell victim to last draft, right? Where they didn't have this guy who's willing to maybe be a little bit more sacrificial to kind of create these plays. Don't really have that here. Like, it kind of falls all the way down to position 4 in terms of the Blink Dagger and some stuns being set up from GH. You're looking at a very long cooldown situation for Kuroki there on the Chaotic Offering. So maybe if TNC can find their way into some snowballing kills, it could kind of fly back the other way.
Absolutely. So no faith in the Bat Rider, though. Is that your strong stance here,
I think
Trent?
he just suffers for a lot of the same reasons that the Darkseer does. They're both like, in the past, they were just so strong that it's hard to watch them struggle now.
Okay,
you know?
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, Bat Rider was a much different hero. It's been a flurry of nerfs over the last few years, and it's still remarkable that despite all those nerfs, he's still semi-viable, or at least can work in some games. They will pull an audible, though. It's Bat Rider headed to the mid, who's going to be matched up against the Lycan. Now,
this is great because they're assuming that the DK was going to be sent mid, I'm guessing, and that's what they wanted the Lycan up against. But instead, Sam H shows up, and it's like, oh, well, this isn't good for Lycan. You know, generally, Lycan in lane against Bat Rider isn't too bad because they'll have some sort of a stronger support if that matchup ends up happening. But all alone by yourself, there are some questions. Now,
it's not fun.
There's still one problem, though, because Bat Rider mid, pretty heavy nerfs with the way the towers have been moved, right? Like, there's not a lot of wiggle room here now.
Up top, Armel actually gets clipped by that stun duo. So we will check in on the side lanes here. Mind Control GH, the crazy hero block in the off lane. The Sand King Lesh, we've seen it a number of times. The double stun, huge burst damage. They even get the vision control as they drop some sentries here. So safe lane DK, not going to be an easy lane for him. We talk about how important that Dragon Blood is for that extra armor and regen, but of course magic damage cuts right through the physical mitigation.
Yeah, the Miracle Juggernaut. This is a nice classic. I do like seeing this again, not going to lie.
Right back to it. And he'll get to go safe lane this game. So very difficult, I think, for Raven and Cuckoo to really pressure hard. We will see a Blade Fury put a lot of damage into this Naga Siren. Unlikely to be a first blood, but that Shadow Ward keeping Miracle pretty healthy. He'll chew through a Tango.
Nice play from Cuckoo, though. Body blocks to ensure the damage gets off of Raven and stuck on himself instead. And he'll just kind of slowly regen it back up through the Tangos.
This lane should be much easier for Miracle than his kind of counterpart, who's Armel up top on the Dragon Knight.
Still very curious about that mid, though. Like, Matamba Man, he's now picked up the stick, so he's adjusted for the matchup here, but I really don't know how successful Sam H will be in terms of the dive. This is the good kind of moments he's getting. Like, he's pushed the wave under the tower, so it's not targeting him, but instantly the TP from GH.
GH is here, connects with the stun. He still has a pretty good amount of time on Firefly, and it's GH that needs to be a little careful. You don't really want to rotate another hero for this, but GH, he could actually go down if he's not careful. But is it going to bait Sam H in? He uses the healing salve, maybe the first blood the other way. No, the Wolves aren't quite enough damage.
He's coming.
He makes it to the top. This little Sand King, he's on foot. He's got the Burrow Strike, but still out of range. It's only
Getting
level
the Wolves
1.
ahead.
Can he get the body blocks? This could be big. Sam H gets slowed down just enough for GH to find the stun, but now Cuckoo's on the way in. Connects with a Riptide. He's still alive. There's the ensnare, stops GH, and I think Sam H will finally live. A very epic back and forth, but no death.
Cuckoo comes home to the mid lane.
All right, action-packed to start. The Lycan, well, neither are really farming well in the mid lane. Lycan's not getting a lot of last hits, but nor is the Bat Rider. He's only 6-1. He's put on a lot of pressure with the sticky, but hasn't translated into actual farm.
Yeah, and I think that whole audible call of just like mid-Bat Rider is just not nearly as strong as it used to be when you found these crazy matchups. Because again, diving the tower is just, there is just no room here, man.
Up top, seeing some damage exchange. It's Armel that's connected upon by both stuns, but I don't think they'll have the damage to finish him off. Running low on mana, GH does pop a Mango, and they've just barely got it. Mind Control. With that last lightning, they'll find one more on Tim's, perhaps. GH tanking that tower. They make it back.
Needed one more Mango there on Mind Control.
Yep. Now that Mango giving him the mana for that lightning to secure the first kill, but it's a first blood for Liquid, and that bonus gold, of course, going the way of GH's Sand King. Is now back mid lane. Cuckoo making a rotation onto Matamba Man. Sam H starting to stack up the stickies. There are the body blocks, but again, the TP rotation on the way. It's Miracle this time, and they will just back up right away.
And he's just bailing. He is out of here. He's like, all right, now let's send the Jug versus the Bat. This is the kind of matchup we won anyway. Of course, the ever-present classic when Batrider was in his heyday. You just grab Jug or Lifestealer and spin away, ditch out on those napalm stacks.
Invisibility rune sniped by Kuro down bottom as the Wolves stalk out Cuckoo. Nice little snag there for the level 3 Warlock. Definitely a good rotation for Liquid. This bottom lane will be much easier for Matumba Man, especially with Raven having to walk all the way back to the well. The level 3 Death Prophet not really having a great start either, Trent.
Yeah, usually you're looking at having like 10 to 15 more CS on Matumba Man this early part in the game, so wants to try and get to that Lycan point with a really early helm and just going straight for the kills at 6.
Mid lane, Miracle gets stunned. Raven, still only level 3, of course, no silence. Hits him with a Crypt Swarm. I think Miracle should be able to survive as he gets back into Fog. There's a healing salve. He'll get picked right back up. Now back towards the bottom lane. And Sam H getting very low. These Wolves ticking him down on top of the Shadow Ward. It's going to be really close, but it's not enough. The Tango helping him regen to survive.
Stunned up top as well there from the Armel, but he is a Dragonite, so a pretty beefy lad, especially 4 charges on the wand, make that 5 with that lightning. And they still keep on going, though.
I think they might have this. Soul Ring is up on the Lesh in about 10 seconds. They might still be short on mana. And now Tim's is here. Pump fakes the stun. GH trying to sidestep, but not going to be so lucky as Armel punishes. They overstep their bounds, and now Mind Control has no choice but to back out.
Yeah, I think they were like kind of calling Armel's bluff there in terms of how far up he was playing. Just being like, ah, you don't have supports nearby. And suddenly we just got our little rotation in there, and Tim says, yeah, no, I'm here. It's cool. So a little bit of a feedback there from Liquid.
But even considering that, it is Liquid maintaining a very small economic edge in this laning stage. Matumba Man now level 6, so of course Shapeshift going to be in the fray as he works towards that Helm of the Dominator.
It's turned into kind of a funny Warlock game. Just like not really required in the way that the hero has kind of been picked recently, where he's looking to protect some really hard carry who needs all this help, and like you're getting, you know, you're the one who's getting Sand King Leshrac, right? With all his ridiculous spam, the Axe Skywrath, those sort of lanes are where Warlock has really been shining, but Shadow Word now can kind of be used aggressively when he has someone with such high HP regen like Matu, and Crow just wanders in. He's just like, I'm going to get a ward down.
This is a bold play. A move that I've made many a time in my bracket. It does not usually work out in those higher rated games, but he gets away with it just unscathed this time. Now back in the top lane, Armel again set up upon. Let's see if this will go a little better for Liquid. Mind Control has a lot more mana this time. GH with a stun in about 1 second here. There it is, the Burrow Strike, the follow-up Split Earth, and that DK, normally tanky, will fall. But Raven in the mid lane all the while dies to Miracle, who ends up falling to Cuckoo as a counter kill. So a 1-for-1 in the mid lane. Some musical lanes in general, though, Trent. It's a completely different set of mid laners than we started with.
Yeah, that'll be the first Omni/kill there for Miracle.
Now up top again, more initiation on the Tims this time. Not so beefy, and the Nyx will get killed first. Mind Control pretty low. Armel going to go ahead and use his Elder Dragon form. Really wants to chase down Lesh, but with Boots, a very speedy hero, won't be able to close the gap. Well, that's a Elder Dragon form on cooldown. Now Radiant Jungle, Kuro on the run. Shadow Ward healing him up, but don't know that it's going to be enough. There is a TP coming to the shrine. Out come the stick charges, but he does burn down. GH healing up the shrine. Lycan Wolves chipping away at Sam H, now out of the Firefly. Yeah, looking like this will be a 1-for-1, and GH now will punish this. Matumba Man getting credit.
A bit risky there. I feel like they are so reliant on this Batrider. You can't afford to be feeding too much more away. Like at the very least, Tims is getting that space in the bottom lane. He's the other sort of playmaker that can make some stuff happen during this game, but we are really reliant on that Batrider in the lasso to try and get them some sort of momentum forming up here. And I know during the panel, you know, they kind of brought this idea of these long cooldowns, or using the Exorcism, using the DK Ultimate. Those are things you can kind of play around and try and use those things in the, well, in the mid lane. Raven's actually being dove before he has the Exorcism, so a bit of a problem.
Remember, Raven did not start in the mid lane here, so he is a bit under-leveled. And Snare onto the Juggernaut will slow down this gank attempt, but Raven just has no options. At only level 5, not a hell of a lot you can do there. Cuckoo doing what he can. Now an invisible Sam H. Healing Ward does get finished off. Nice little bounty for the Batrider, but now the stun. This could just be the end of him. It's a flame break to try to make some space for himself. And it seems that'll be successful as the Wolves chase him down into the tree line. Liquid let it go and just back up. As Miracle drops a taunt. That's nice. Up top, another stun onto Armel. Is this going to be a solo kill for Mind Control? Very low on mana once again. Always the problem with Leshrac. Just feels like you couldn't have enough mana at this stage.
Yeah. And they even bring the Sand King back up too, drawing more attention up here. which takes away that free space from Nick Sass at bottom. He can't even save him in times. Armel's just down.
They find him, but there are some rotations. Tims and Cuckoo, maybe they can get this into a 1-for-1. Mind Control getting very low, but a beautiful burrow strike on 2 from GH, and Mind Control will walk away. Again, this Lesh is just a little bit too fast. No way to close the gap.
Yeah, and since they've been dual laning so much, like this idea of maybe a tri-core without a true initiator, they have great levels so far onto GH. His gold isn't all too bad. He already has Tranquils and 500 gold at 9.5 minutes. I mean,
it just feels like there is no mid laner for TNC right now. Bat Rider was trying to mid, then they switched it with the Death Prophet. She's now off lane, and now DK comes mid. I mean, Armel is level 7. He will put some decent damage into Mind Control. He's got the healing ward, pops it on the high ground, a couple stick charges, some pressure on the Juggernaut, but this musical mid lane seems pretty risky to me. Now bottom, Matumba Man caught by a stun on the Centaur, and that will be a kill onto Sam H. Nicely done.
He just has no game on the Bat Rider right now. And it's kind of the same thing with the Death Prophet too. Things not looking all too hot. It's so early. Look at that damage just from the Wolves onto Raven.
I mean, that cost Matumba Man basically nothing. It's just right clicks. He denies the bounty rune, so Raven can't snag it. That's a cheeky little play right there. More economic damage, 8-3. Liquid very much in control of this game as they get another kill mid onto Armel. The Dragon Knight, the one who is farming decently for TNC, still unable to find his footing.
Yeah. Omni Slash not even required, which means it's still there and available. As Matu starts to put that pressure down in the bottom lane. Doesn't take the catapult over though. Just gonna relax, I guess, not having the ultimate, so.
Both Matu and Miracle farming so well. 10 minutes in, topping the net worth chart. Mid lane, Cuckoo doesn't have a lot of options here. Omni Slash, of course, is available. Stun from Armel. Are they going to be able to burst down Miracle? No, not quite. He survives. The Naga needs to be careful, though. If he gets in range of that Omni Slash, it will absolutely be a free kill. There's the Warlock ult on the backside from Kuro. Sets up onto the DK, and again, could be another kill. Song of the Siren is helping, but the burn, it might be too much. 40 HP, he will not live. TNC bringing a lot of resources into this fight, but it's a huge burrow strike from GH, and TNC are just getting cleaned up. 3 down, the remaining 2 have to retreat as Tims ends up in the Vendetta. 12-3, this is all Liquid all day, baby.
Oh, hard to believe they still want to try and fight that one, honestly. No Exorcism being popped, the DK is already down. And then, yeah, you got in there with the song and it kind of looks good, but absolute disaster. And guess what? There's a shapeshift in 5 seconds coming here from Matu.
Yeah, great Warlock ult and using this Golem now to make the siege that much easier. It's going to be a tier 1 right into a tier 2. They do force out this glyph, but I don't think TNC really have any way to stop this push from crippling their tier 2 tower already.
They have to fight though. There's no choice. Like, they have DK ultimate and they have the Exorcism. If that Golem ulti is down, you have to fight right now.
Shapeshift.
Even if it feels gross.
Coming around the backside, Warlock gets stunned up. Armel with a follow-up Dragon Tail. Here's the Exorcism you were talking about, and Snare onto GH. Kuro the only one going down though. Now the lasso does connect onto the Sand King, but Burrow strike across will get finished off by Exorcism. So it seems like a fight worth taking. Miracle on the run without an Omni Slash. Does manage to spin just in time as that Ensnare comes out. TNC showing a sign of life. Not too bad. All things considered, that's not too bad.
Sure, but is it enough is the real question. Because now you've just made that fight happen, but there's 75 seconds until the Golem's going to be back up, and you're not going to be ready with that Exorcism, and you'll just be getting back into like your DK ultimate as well as your Bat Rider too. So
the literal disco ball from Mind Control. Here it is. He sees Armel. He's ready to party.
He's taunting him invisible. How dare he? Just needs a couple tips going too, I think.
There has not been a lot of tipping this series.
It's not a really typical series. I don't know. That first game was over pretty fast. You throw no tips there. It's not even playful. It's rude.
Rubbing salt in the wound there at that point. Yeah. I think GH has had a pretty incredible game so far. Some big burrow strikes in these last couple team fights that have just made it look easy for Liquid.
And that's all before he even has a blink.
Yeah, that's the real scary thing. In 13 minutes, 1,400 gold. He'll have a blink before too long. Movement now into the enemy territory. Tims will be here to scout it out. Kuro does not have the ultimate for another 20. Suspicious with that movement. Likely to get counter-warded there, but good thought to try to be ahead of the curve if Liquid want to force a fight.
Honestly, this kill on the Miracles is feasible. Stun into silence. If you can't try for this kill, you're in real trouble.
Yeah, but
Like,
surely you know the Nyx has to be lurking around here. They got heroes on the high ground. Kuro has the ultimate, the pump fake, and he drops it. Connects on 2 fatal bonds with Miracle on the front line. There's the Song of the Siren. It will reset, and TNC have nothing but to walk away to the high ground. So it's a decent song, but that's 150 seconds now without that reset, and Liquid will be happy to just demolish this tier 2 tower in response.
Yeah, it had to be just a little bit quicker there.
They go high ground here?
I mean, they can poke a prod. Might as well try and get a tier 3.
I mean, you've got the golem down. You've got all of these extra creeps.
One. That's available, so.
They do force the glyph. There is also an Omni Slash here, Trent. This could be scary for TNC. The Elder Dragon form just popped. Big damage onto Miracle. He's getting low, but he's still alive. Great stun from GH. Sets it up, and the Fatal Bonds are destroying TNC. They're getting dove past their tier 3 at only 15 minutes. 3 down, and now this tier 3 tower in the bottom lane, soon to be rubble. It's only a Nyx Assassin and a Naga. They have simply no way to defend. This is what happens when your liking gets out of control. You have no way to stop this push.
Yeah, they just do not have the answers. I mean, it was a tough draft, sure, but it felt like they kind of had to go maybe outside their own boxes. They're going to get right on the Cuckoo, too. Long range there from Natus. The Hadouken.
Well, similar to game 1, Trent, not too many opportunities to tip in this one. Liquid making it look so easy as they just demolish this mid lane of Barracks. TNC maybe thinking about the final hold. They have an Exorcism, so they could take a fight here, but no Elder Dragon form for another minute. Also, no lasso for 10. They get a stun on Lesh, but everybody on Liquid just looks so topped off between the Healing Ward and the Shadow Ward from the Warlock. Liquid almost have unlimited resources in these fights.
Yeah, and now it's time to go home and pick up these items.
Yeah, spend some of that money you just got.
Yeah, a couple racks, no big deal.
11K net worth at 16 minutes. Very sizable lead. Only 1 outer tower remaining, and of course Roshan, not something we've talked about, but I think an option for Liquid if you know some of these ultimates are on CD.
Yeah. Well, if they can just cover themselves with the Golem, I'm sure they'll head in towards it next. And if you're TNC, got to stay focused. I mean, this isn't the end of the line or anything, of course. We are up in the upper bracket.
Yes.
Good news for
Worth
TNC.
reiterating. No elimination here.
Yeah. But they got to try and pull something together here. Think of a plan, and that's probably going to revolve around the song, but it's not back up for another 20 seconds, so there's still smoke, though.
Yeah, Tim's scouting things out here, sees that some of Liquid have headed back past that tier 1 mid, finds Matsu, connects with a stun. Armel has the follow-up Dragon Tail.
It's a good pick.
Great pick on the Lycan, but I don't think they'll find anything else. First death of the game for Matumba Man.
I don't even know if it's worth trying,
mid,
because it'll take away your Exorcism.
GH goes in onto Sam H. Mind controls there. Easy pick on the Bat Rider.
Yeah.
And just like that, it ends up being kind of a wash. And snare onto Miracle. He'll start spinning. TP gets interrupted. Nice split earth for Mind Control. It's another one. Now on the other side, GH, he's smoked up, looking for an initiation, but TNC are heading for the hills.
If I was Sam H, I would be a broken man in this game. He is just, I don't know what hero he's playing, but it's not Bat Rider. He's had 0 opportunities. He's 4-1-1 skill build with the
he didn't even have a spot to lane. He started mid, that didn't work. He kind of rotated bottom, that didn't really work, and he's just turned into this roaming Bat Rider.
Yeah.
It's like it feels like a position 4 Bat Rider that didn't spend any time jungling. I mean, they even had a stack here in the jungle, and now Liquid are just going to take it for themselves.
That's feeling pretty gross.
I don't know what TNC can do here, Trent. This is such a brutal game. Just like the first match, it just fell apart so quickly.
Yeah, and Liquid are just covering themselves so well. Look at all these sentries, just plop them down everywhere.
Yep.
It's one thing, Kuro, I mean, there's a couple games where he's just been battling up against other squads where it just feels like all Kuro ever buys is sentries. I mean, look at him, brown boots. In a game where they have 2 racks down, this guy, all right, he just bought drums. He's got 1 item now.
Kuro getting really greedy this game.
Yeah, a wild guy. But still 3 sentries in his pocket, an arcane rune available.
My. So they're going to get an easy Roche here at 18 minutes. And then Kuro, no, they're going to give it to Miracle, actually. I was thinking maybe it'd be for that Golem, but Omni Slash, I think, just as good, as well as that Healing Ward.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
no
they back out of Roche.
Given. They are just looking for the kills. They're saying, hey, you guys think they're coming? Want to go kill them? Want to go high ground? We can kind of do whatever.
Yep. Certainly Liquid's game right now, and they can set this tempo however they want. Tims needs to be a little bit careful. There's a sentry ward down there.
They're going to try and force the song at a Cuckoo.
Yeah, he's popped the shapeshift. He does have a level 3 Necro book also, so of course the reveal is in play. Naga dies, can't even get the song off in time. Maybe even for the better. Now she'll have it when she respawns for this high ground defense, if that's where they go. But it's the other way. They go into Rosh, and with Naga dead, this feels very safe.
Yeah, exactly. There's no Shrine, too. So even though, yeah, she's a short respawn, you know she physically cannot be here in time. There's just no way.
That's true. So, Aegis going to Miracle. Not going to give it to the Lycan.
Don't they blink forward with the Sentry? They were so close to where Tims was lurking. I think they spotted him on the Observer Sentry combo over here and then just kind of moving this way through the jungle. So nearly got themselves another pick off. Very clean, crisp Dota from Liquid. Yes, they have had some struggles as of late. You know, some of these other titans of the earlier parts of the DPC, like Newbee, started off very strong, secured themselves top spots in the DPC rankings, slowly degrading over time. Not gonna lie, they would have, I'm sure, agree. You know, they're trying to bounce back, trying to get prepped and ready for TI, and Liquid's still looking for that first major win. They feel like they deserve one.
That's
Come
true.
on. But,
very true. A lot of storylines in this super major here, Trent. But the high ground siege will commence. Miracle on the front lines. Absolutely the right way to go about this. You can see Liquid just waiting for TNC to come in. Please initiate on Miracle so I can drop this rock and hit you with the fatal bonds. There's the setup from Cuckoo. TNC going aggressive. They know they have to take this fight. But Kuro, so far back, interrupts this whole initiation and sets it up for Samh to die to the Omni Slash. Raven just gets crippled by Matumba Man. Buyback to the Bat Rider, but it just doesn't matter. Liquid are completely destroying, and that's going to be the GG. 23-6, 17K net worth in 20 minutes. This was one hell of a series for Liquid fans around the world.
Yeah, I think if you're